So this is exciting.
Welcome back to Sailing Out of Sight. I'm Diane. This is Craig. And this is our pirate pup, Bonnie. Learning as we go, we invite you to follow along in our search for blue water.
We left the new Church Creek anchorage this morning to make the last few miles to Charleston, South Carolina.
Now that was an interesting thing. Boats stacked on top of each other uncovered. Never seen that.
Usually they're in a building.
Thinking about being wedding crashers.
They crash weddings.
Pretty spot for a wedding, though.
Now we enter Elliott Cut. Elliott Cut is a pass from the Stone River into Wapoo Creek, which connects to the Ashley River and Charleston Harbor on the west side of Old Charleston. We didn't find any details on when this man-made cut was established. However, we did read some references that dated it back to the 1770s. Elliott Cut doesn't have the shallow depth challenges of some of the previous cuts. Here, it's the current you need to be aware of. We are on a rising tide and the flow is pushing us. This is a good location to have plenty of horsepower because the current is known to be as high as 3 to 4 knots. The issue is if you don't have enough power against a current, you can't overcome the flow. You could be pushed backward. If the current is too strong with you, you could lose steerage and not be able to control the direction of the boat.
We just came out of Elliott's Cut and the current was ripping through there. Luckily it was going with us. Full speed up for this boat is 8.4 knots and we hit 8.38 coming through that cut because the current was pushing us so fast. So we had to back off the engine, slow down. The boat was trying to, back end was trying to pass the front end. That was fun. Uh-oh, we got a bridge coming up.
What are we doing now?
We are waiting for 45 minutes for the bridge to open. Wapoo Creek Bridge. It opens on every hour, but on the half hour. So it opens at 9:30, it opens at 10:30, it opens at 11:30. Since we left Florida, this is only the second bridge I think we've had running.
Yep.
This is an example of a bascule bridge, which is a movable bridge with a counterweight that continuously balances a span throughout its upward swing. Most of us just call it a drawbridge or a lift bridge. The technical name of bascule comes from the French term for balance scale, which employs the same principle. Bascule bridges have been in use since ancient times, and they are still used in modern bridge design.
We're in Charleston.
We leave Wapoo Creek and enter the Ashley River and Charleston Harbor. Charleston's history and economy are anchored in the water that surrounds the city. Rice and indigo trades flourished in the 18th century, bringing the city significant wealth and prominence. The Confederacy's defeat in the Civil War hit Charleston hard in the mid-1860s, and the city began a long economic decline. It wasn't until 1942 when the South Carolina State Ports Authority was established to support World War II efforts that the city's waterfront saw new life. In 2020, the Port of Charleston ranked as the 8th busiest container facility in the U.S. Guarding the entrance to Charleston Harbor is Fort Sumter, most famous as the site of the first battle of the American Civil War. We didn't have time for a visit, yet we were able to see it off in the distance.
Another day.
We are leaving Charleston. That was a quick stop. We picked up some water, some more. It was really a Gatorade stop, if you can believe that. Not a beer stop, a Gatorade stop. Water is helpful, but it's not enough in this kind of heat. So we picked up some more Gatorade and just a few more grocery items, a water and
Lunch meat, cheese,
meat. Yeah.
bread.
So we're starting day 4. They all run together. They're all long, hot. Hot. So it's supposed to be a lot of thunderstorms today. The forecasting increased. The Cape Index is well over 2,000 today. And for the next 4 days, it just keeps getting higher and higher, up to around 4,000. Actually, a little over 4,000 joules. So the Cape Index is a measure of the energy that's in the atmosphere. And the higher it is, the higher the potential for severe storms. So that's one reason we're staying on the inside, is we don't need to be out offshore in some severe squalls. Not right now. We need to get going. Bonnie.
We leave Charleston Harbor and re-enter the ICW, heading northeast just inside the narrow barrier islands of Sullivan's Island and Isle of Palms. We can't confirm, but we heard that Darius Rucker, Reese Witherspoon, and Bill Murray all have homes on the Isle of Palms. If you're not familiar with what barrier islands are, all along the Atlantic and Gulf coasts, from New York to Texas, there are sandy islands close to shore. Typically they are thin, and they run parallel to the mainland. Sandy beaches tend to face the ocean, while behind the islands are bays, estuaries, and tidal flats that are usually very rich in marine life. These barrier islands also protect the mainland from the destructive energy of tropical storms and hurricanes.
Sawyer Bridge, Sawyer Bridge, then Sawyer Bridge. This is northbound 7 Trestle out of sight. Over. Yes, sir. We're northbound. I guess the question is open when we get there. I don't know if you see us yet. We're, I guess, about a quarter mile out. Over. What? Vessel's name is Out of Sight. Home port, Galveston, Texas. Over. Copy that. Thank you, sir.
We've referenced bob tracks several times now, and some of you may not be familiar. Specifically, we are referring to Bob 423 ICW tracks and routes. When we're traveling shallow waters, already running close to our keel depth of 5.3, we need to be as confident as possible of the true depth we are approaching. By the time our depth finder reports a shallow, it could be too late to avoid a grounding. As long as we're moving slowly, the risk of damage is low, yet we may get stuck. Bob 423 maintains a set of ICW cruising tracks that help you navigate shoal areas. His tracks are navigational gold, being that these tracks are more current than any other source. Bob 423 tracks are regularly updated, based on reports from users in the field, sonar data collected and sent back in, and information obtained directly from the Army Corps of Engineers. Tracks are standard format GPX files and easily downloaded and added to your navigation software.
So this is exciting. The news right now is that we're at almost dead low tide, and our bob tracks went away off the chart plotter.
You think he's gone? He's not gone! That's the whole point! He's never gone! You see?
So we're going along in like 6 foot of water, sometimes less than that. Luckily, the bob track was also on Aquamap on my phone, so we're steering by Aquamap, navigating with the iPhone. We're going to have to figure out what happened to bob tracks, but we got to get somewhere where we can do that.
Here's an example of the benefit of having a good track to follow. Shown first is a snapshot of an area on the ICW from Navionics basic charts. Next is that same area from the waterway guide. We can zoom in, but we still don't see the detail needed. The detail is better when we add Aquamap's overlay with data from the Army Corps of Engineers. Now we identify a possibly challenging section, so we zoom in more. Shoaling is constantly shifting, and we don't know how old this data is. Add the Bob 423 track with the blue dashed line. There we go. Now we have a plan, and we can move forward with much more confidence.
It's good to always have a backup. We're in a deep pool right here. I think we're going to drop anchor.
Okay.
And try to get some time to fix this navigation problem. And it'll also give the tide a chance to come up a little bit. So I think I'm gonna go up there and just,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll,
Okay. Hard work. Seven, 6, 7, 7, 7, 5, 7, 4, 7, 3. 6, 9, 6, 8, 6, 7. Neutral. 6, 3, 6, 1, 5, 9.
okay, we pulled anchor, we're moving again. I really don't know what happened and why that bob track just ended right there. So I re-downloaded the bob track from Southport, North Carolina to Savannah, Georgia, and now it's up and active. So luckily we had a good wide spot to anchor in there with some depth, but yeah. It says we're in 5.3, 5.1 right now. 4.9. Ready, the tide's start coming back up, aren't you?
Yep.
Well, if we ground, we're gonna ground slowly. I'll put it behind your head. We are anchored in the Sanity River
There you go.
in South Carolina, north of Charleston and shy of Georgetown. And had a great day today, actually. because
Weather-wise, yes.
the temperature was finally cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's tolerable. It wasn't a beat down like the last 3 days have been.
Yeah.
You did a good job. Well, getting us positioned against the wind and the current. The wind and the current were from different directions, so getting us situated where we could drop the anchor and pull back on it was that's not the easiest situation.
No, we were having 23-mile-an-hour gusts because the little front was kind of rolling over the top of us.
gust and then a current coming through from perpendicular. So it puts you on a weird angle. But we got the anchor set well, I think. So the deal with anchoring is you need to get better at it, and the more you do it, the more confidence you're going to build. So I know you don't feel super comfortable, but you're not going to if we don't do it more.
I never had really a problem with anchoring till our last little episode.
Well, we got the right. We got 100 foot. We got a 5-to-1 scope out. Got 100 feet of chain. I'm certain we've got plenty of room to swing with the tide. We'll have 2 tide swings before we leave in the morning, and I'm gonna set up at least through the first one, or I'll be in the cockpit just to watch to make sure things go no problems.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be on alligator watch too.
Yeah, Diane just spotted a big alligator. He was a long ways away, but we did get some video of him.
He was swimming along the little island behind us, and you could see his snout and his back.
Probably
Very vividly.
150 yards away.
Yep. And if he must have been big if we could see him that well. So, anyway, just don't want him crawling on the back of our sugar scoop tonight and deciding
Looking for some sugar?
like those walruses and everything do on other boats. Wake up in the morning and have a looking at us.
Other than losing our bob's track, don't know why that happened, but that happened in the middle of the day. We had to drop anchor real quick, and I had to remember how to upload bob's track, so we had to reinstall it in the middle of the channel.
Yeah, because we were in a very shallow part anyway.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Yeah.
We were in 5 to 6 feet of water. But so that added some excitement, but we got through that. That was a pucker moment. But we're in a really beautiful spot right now.
Yeah. So far, so good.
I mean, in the middle of nowhere, as you can probably see behind us.
There's some rain that direction, but I don't think it's supposed to come over us. There might be some around midnight, according to the radar, but it's 6 hours till then, and it could fall apart. Who knows? But it's Mother Nature.
Everything's good. Good day.
Yep. It's a nice cool breeze this evening.
Yeah, we'll finally get to sleep in relatively comfortable temperature conditions.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to make some grouper with sauteed vegetables and rice for supper. Not a grouper we caught. It was frozen grouper from the store, but I'll take what I can get.
Sounds good to me.
So that's what we're going to do for supper.
All right, let's go cut the veggies.
Okay. Bye. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and ring the little bell. Bottoms up! Thanks for watching.